Hey guys, check this technology. This is part one of a two-part video, intro to power tools. This is our little but kind of big workshop. Real mess, but it's got everything we need. A little heater. So the first tool we're going to talk about is the drill press. Today we're going to be using a drill bit to drill through a simple piece of wood, 2x4. So I'm Cody's friend. Cody owns the channel. This is him right here. Hey. He's going to be the one actually doing the work. I'm going to be doing the talking. And first thing you want to talk about is the adjustable table height. So this slides up and down. I'll do that real quick. Tighten that.
Modern ones are a lot more simple.
You gotta wiggle it.
But just wiggle it.
Down.
So that's down, up.
Go side to side, makes it a lot easier to go up and down.
If you're doing it alone, if you have two people, you could do it the other way.
Bring it up a little bit.
Bring it up to the height you need for the drill bit. You want to have it just a little bit of ways, depending on the length of your drill bit.
And then you want to make sure you tighten that very tight, because if things move while you're doing it, it can be really dangerous.
Alright. Now,
set up.
So the vise on here can move. So you just, let me take this out real quick.
This is adjustable up and down.
So all you gotta do is take a simple wrench, loosen that. Loosen that, put your piece of wood back in there, tighten this vise up right here, and then not quite loose enough. This whole thing, the whole vise can slide back and forth, right and left. So I just want to drill simple holes in the center. So just get this. And this is your control for raising and lowering the drill bit. So yeah, I just want to get that somewhat near the center. I mean, I'm not doing it for a project, so it doesn't need to be perfect.
That's for part two.
That's about where I want it. Hold this bolt on the bottom, just to get started. Give this a little bit of crank, then you don't need to hold it. Once it tightens, they hold themselves down. Whoops. And yes, this is supposed to be secured to something, not just balancing, but whatever. Also make sure this is tight so you don't have anything coming off while you're working. Alright, make sure your vise is tight. And then if you show right over here, there's two buttons right here. Yours might be different. Light. And then this is for the drill. So if you'll notice a little bit of wobble in here, it's just because this drill bit's bent. There's nothing up here bend, nothing's wrong with it, it's just this drill bit's got a little bit of a bend in it.
Here we go with two simple holes.
Like butter.
These are our two holes right here. Alright, that was the drill press. So important reminders are to keep your vise locked super tight so your work doesn't move. Not only for safety reasons, but it will make your project come out nicer. Make sure your table is secured so it doesn't move. Again, will make your project better. And make sure these nuts are secured so it doesn't move back and forth. Also, we will go over in another video how to change drill bits in the drill press.
It's real simple. It's just one little tool goes right in here. Tiny little tool. Goes right in here, loosens it. We'll show you that in the next video. And just one other important reminder I didn't mention yet. Right here you can see there's another handle like the one in the back. I'm not going to loosen it or tighten it because I already have it adjusted where I want. But if you do move it, it allows this table to move just up and down a couple inches, and you can also turn it left and right.
Alright, this has been the first tool we're going to go over in this multi-tool episode. Stay tuned. Alright, here we are with the second tool of the multi-tool episode. Here we have the grinder / wire brush, I don't know what to call it. Basically just
electric wire brush.
Yeah. Alright, here we go.
Alright, so just a few important things. So a grinder has a few main components. It's got this front piece, which is it's not even a gearbox, it's just one shaft. There's a pulley inside this housing, and on each end of the shaft, one end's got a wire brush, one end's got a grinder. Some have both wire brush, some have both grinders, however you want. There's just a bolt on each side. Belt driven, goes back to this big, I want to say 3-horse motor, and on the end of it, it's got 4 different pulley sizes. Now, I'm not up to date on my gear ratios, per se, but as far as I'm concerned, the bigger gear will make it go slower, little gear faster. 4 different positions, 4 different speeds. Alright, and then right over here there's an on-off switch. Got 2 cables coming from it. One cable goes from it to the motor, one cable goes from it up to the wall. So I will show you how they work. That, and there's a little table here just for holding your work on.
Alright, so coming up next we will do a little bit of grinding, show you how it comes out. Here we go, stay tuned. And there we go. One thing to be careful about, always wear eye protection, as he is. And gloves you can wear, it's not a need. But
I would recommend wearing gloves just because gets really hot.
Right,
and
so this is what it did.
You can see, here's where I didn't use the wire brush. Here's where I used the wire brush. The wire brush is just to clean off rust it's good for, or cleaning off any fragments of metal after you grind. Now, I ground on both edges, so it's probably hard to tell, but I made it into almost like a point. If I had kept going, I could have made this a razor sharp edge if I wanted. Just keep going back on one side and on another side. Also used for smoothing out things. Yep, pretty good.
Alright, so the grinder is very useful to have around. It's basically used for anything. Some people even use it to make tool handles. And this wire brush can clean almost anything off metal, make it look brand new. Yeah, there it is. Comparison.
Alright, so there's a different grinder. These are both homemade. This one's more homemade. This one's completely homemade. Nice wooden workbench. This was bolted right onto it, this part with the axle. Motor bolted onto the desk or workbench here, and different types of belts. This one's, as you can see, it has notches in it. As for this one, it's a smooth belt. So this one, it's tight right now, but if it got worn out, it could slip. This one, as long as it's got those grooves in it, it's not gonna slip because this pulley has little teeth in it. Let's see, I don't think there's any other really differences. This is only a 2-horse motor, I think.
And
yeah, that's a 2-horse motor.
There's only one.
Yes, a single speed. Obviously, as I said, this one's more home built. This one's more of a kit.
This one's bigger too.
3.5 versus 2 horsepower.
And I like the table line and the guard. This one, as you can see, does not. It's definitely a plus to have that on there.
And just one helpful tip is that, well, it's easier to show it on this one, but if you need to change the belt, obviously there's no way to get it out around here. So what you would do is you take it off this end first, and then, let's see, on this one, you got to take the end bolt off, both ends, slide the bolt out, pulley comes off, belt comes off. This one you got to like basically completely dismantle, because you got to take this piece off. Down there, you got to take the shaft off, this bolt over here, this whole housing comes off, then you can get the pulley off. And there's one other version, in that one, all you have to do is just loosen up 2 bolts, pull it up, and it slides right off. That one's my favorite, it's a lot easier.
And one thing to be careful for, this thing does hurt when it's spinning very fast. Yeah. Along with the grinder, that'll rip your finger right up. So definitely be careful. And stay tuned again for the next tool in the multi-tool series is the Jigsaw. Some people call it a rotating saw. I don't know. Sawzall is a popular one.
Pan right down here.
Reciprocal saw.
Reciprocal saw. These are accessories. And this one's made by Makita. Alright, so let's just start with, right now I have a metal blade on here. So to tell that it's a metal blade, I don't know if you can see on camera too well, got very fine, narrow, sharp little teeth. And then a wood blade, as you can see, got big jagged teeth that are quite far apart. And if you look straight onto it, you can see they're not in an even row. They go left and right. Yeah, you can see that in there. Alright, so let's take the blade off. So right here, there's a little Allen key that slides into this thing on the handle. Right there. So you just pull that out. There's a slot on one side. And in there's a little hole for the Allen key to go in. Oh, wrong way. Whoops. Put that in there. Crank it down. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, technical difficulties. I had this in there really tight because with a metal blade you got to make sure it's really, really tight, because if it kicks back it could snap the blade or it could come out. There we go. So just loosen that up a little bit. Push the blade all the way toward where the side that the screw is on. Pull the blade all the way that way and it will pull right out. In there, all it is this. You can almost see it. Yeah, you can see that little piece in there moving. All that does is hold pressure against the pin. Goes through the hole on the end there. Holds it in. And now on the bottom you can see it has one piece that sticks out. That's so that you can't put it in backwards. It will only go in one way. You slide it over away from the Allen key. Make sure it locks in. Hold it there. And tighten this down. And I know a lot of you are going to say this blade's way oversized. Actually it is. You know what? Since I'm having a smaller thing, I have a smaller... Do I? Yeah, I have a smaller metal cutting saw blade right here. Yeah, it was, sorry.
So yeah, switching to the smaller blade just makes it more sturdy. And it'll probably get a better cut.
So the 3 main types of blades are metal, wood, and then we got this one that looks a little bit different. It almost looks like sandpaper. It's for, where does it say? For cast iron, fiberglass, and stainless steel. Never been opened. Alright, so now this is hooked up. Your controls, you got, yeah, plug in way over there. Your controls, you have a trigger. And I'm not going to do it, but if you pull the trigger and push that button down and let go of the trigger, it will lock the trigger on. So I'll just, actually I will just show you. And now for the cutting. Got a 2x4 on its side right here.
And this saw works by just moving side to side, as we'll show you right here.
I can't even move it by hand right now. It goes in and out of the saw, as you can see.
And we'll show you that in slow-mo.
Alright,
Okay.
so this piece is a little pulled off. There we go.
Alright, tell me if you guys like the slow-mo. We'll do more slow-mo on other tools too.
Alright, so one other feature I didn't mention right on the saw here is there's this little guide plate that goes flush right up against what you're cutting on, and that way that's your solid point so you can move. So now I'm just going to push that up against it. I'm not going to have the blade touching the wood when I start it. I'll start it and then I'll go down through. And you hold your other hand right here. So push it up and here we go.
Makes a really nice cut. You can again sand the edges. I wouldn't use this saw for more of a precision cut because you are freehanding it. It's more for what a table saw is for, or a chop saw. But it's nice to just cut things up. If you need like firewood, people will use it for firewood.
For small sticks. I mean, you wouldn't use it for anything big.
No, yeah. But a chainsaw for that. Key things you need to know about the reciprocal saw.
Well, we've already went over the main ones, but trigger, lock, guide plate, blade, and this works really well on metal.
And this is where the Allen key goes when you're done with it.
Yeah. Keep it in there and you won't lose it. See, just slide it right in here, right in there.
Most saws come with this. Okay, so this has been the third tool
that
we've used in this multi-tool series, and I think we're only going to do one more.
One or two. I have a couple tools in mind.
Alright, tune in. Here we are, fourth and fifth tool in our multi-tool series. Here we have the electric drill.
Alright, so it's got a few cool features, or a few standard features. You got a button right here. It goes through on both sides, as you can see. If you're holding the drill like in your hand, pushing it on the left side will make it back something out. Pushing it on the right side will push something in. So we got a big drill bit on here now. I'll just show you how to take that off real quick. And as everyone knows, a trigger makes it spin. So you want to put it in reverse, which is from the left. Hold the black piece at the end and just give it a little bit of power and it will spin right out. To put it back in, reverse.
Alright, press the trigger.
Yeah. Put it on, you can see how it holds the drill bit in. It will come up. See those teeth close right there? Close around the drill bit, so let's just open it back up. Slide the drill bit in, like this. Hold this end piece and put it on forward, which is from the right. Alright, now for when you're drilling, there's a couple cool features. Not all drills have this, but on the back of this drill there's a 4-line level. And if you can see on camera, there's a little bubble moving around in there. When that is directly in the center, you're level. Now, same for if you're drilling into something this way. There's a level on top. 2 black lines and a bubble. when the bubble's in between the black lines, which is right there, you're level. So since I'm going to be drilling into this piece of wood, I'm going to be drilling downward. So I'm going to want to watch this level up top, make sure it's right in the center, and drill.
So now we're going to drill into this 2x4 using the electric drill. And I'm going to show you guys that in slow-mo. So here we go. Alright, so this has been the electric drill. You have a few more things to point out.
Just to review, trigger, reverse, forward, drill bit, tighten, loosen when you're running it. And there's one feature I haven't shown you yet. There's a button right here. If you push the trigger in and then push that down and let go of the trigger, just like in our first video or second video with the saw. Push it in. Alrighty. And it comes with a nice carrying case. Just gotta take the drill bit out. It's right in there. Unplug it. Cord goes right in here. Sorry, I'm not winding it up very good, but I don't really care. Goes right into here, like such. This closes, lock, ready to go. So here's our skill saw. I'm just gonna not even use it. I'm just gonna go over a couple quick features. Push this button in, you can squeeze the trigger, it will go. Circular blade. This table, it can tilt left and right for angles. It can also loosen this one wing nut. That's to adjust the depth the blade cuts at. It's electric, plug it in. This has a ripper blade, so it makes a wide cut. 6.5 inches.
You can here's your guard.
Here's your guard. And that's pretty much all of the main features for a skill saw. This is 5,000 RPM, 6.5 inch circular saw, made by Skill Saw number 534. It's really old, so they probably don't even make them anymore. But that's our skill saw. Alright, so that has been our 5 manual power tools. Thank you so much for watching that. And as you saw, my friend Mason Stewart was in there. So his YouTube channel is Stewie Gaming. Link will be down in the description. And look for our future videos that are coming shortly. There's going to be a video of a metal forge, the basic hand tools, not power tools, the hand tools. And yeah, by the way, the forge we made all by ourselves. So. And then a project using all the tools that we have shown you so far. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe.